Okay, there it is. There it is. They're rolling with the far set in the Leo Mord for DFYG.
Mord. Okay. I understand it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I think it has some ways to go about it. I think Onic now will just go for a strong marksman, maybe a carry actually, or a Granger, and close it out with. And they're going to be fine with that.
I would like to see what they pick, but it looks like we're going to have to wait till we get in the game.
We are indeed going, so we do see the far side.
Wait, it is a Rome Valentina, man. They're doing a Rome Valentina with a Farsa. So it was right. They're just trying something new from DFYG. And counter on the Granger.
Yeah, they do pick up the Granger, so we did call it, but oh my, DFYG. I hope you're cooking. I hope we are wrong.
Let them cook, man. Let them cook.
I hope I'm
I don't know
wrong
how
when I
cooked
say
they're going to
this,
be.
brother. Yeah, I hope I will be wrong here. But I would say that this is impossible to win against Onic.
It might be impossible enough, Wolf, and cooked enough that somehow it gets them to a Game 3. I don't know, but I think that's what DFYG is hoping for, and that's what everybody rooting for them is hoping for here. It's just one of those things where it's a cheese strat. It's essentially that, and it can get punished really hard to the point where this is just going to be one of the fastest games that we see here in Games of the Future, because it's still up to the point of what is Leo Mord going to be able to do for Zhao? You can see this, right? They're going to fast rotate, but it's to Loopy. Even with the rockets here, Loopy, even without level 4, it doesn't matter. He is a Uranus. This is not a lane that's going to be easy to gank.
I don't like what I'm seeing, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm thinking about so many things. Wow, how this could work. There was a time where the Jushin was put in the Rome. I wanted to recall the time where Valentina was valid in the Rome, because there was a meta game where we can actually put mages in the Rome, like your Kadita, your Novaria, your Selena, your Rafaela at a certain point. Well, it is still visible in that regard. Look at this, the Initiate, and Sans will fall.
Sans is going to fall. He even popped the Purify, so that's a good start for DFYG. They pick the kill mid. This should be a turtle for them too, so, you know, they're turning the fire on, man. They're slowly cooking at this point. The turtle secured. Meanwhile, in the gold lane too, Kelra could be in trouble here. Feathered Airstrike dropped down. Also a fight in the jungle. Kelra looks like he's still able to survive so far with a sliver of health, but finally, Lung gets the kill. Onic down 2 deaths.
Yeah. Okay. We're seeing a lot of promise here for DFYG, but it's mainly based on their movements. And I would credit FishGod for this. And what I feel like about for DFYG is that FishGod has been pivotal to their success. And I feel like if you are DFYG, you should look to utilizing DFYG FishGod more.
Wow. They just deleted Kyrie too. It looks like they're going to keep on going to the pressure. There's the Fatal Links being used. Lung right on target. And man, DFYG is making it happen. Forget what we said earlier on. It's working for now. I think the main question is, can DFYG continue putting the pressure this way to Onic with this unique lineup?
Yeah. Well, they should. And that's the thing with the Leo Mord. They can snowball really hard in the early stages, especially if you're backed up with the Barretts that's confident. Again, FishGod, really good player, pivotal to the wins of DFYG. DFYG looks good when FishGod is looking good, and I feel like if given this kind of hero, very strong in the meta, can actually facilitate for early game team fights, you're gonna have a good time with your DFYG.
Couple pokes happening here in the mid lane. Keyboy's there. Now that Onic has felt what DFYG can throw at them, they're going to go ahead and be a little more calculated on this. I feel like stolen Fatal Links here for Zed. A couple first items now being picked up too. The Glowing Wand picked up for Yi1. You've seen how devastating these Feathered Airstrikes can be when they set it up right away, and there's been, good synergy already with the stolen Fatal Links. And so, again, that might have been a part of the plan here. They saw an Atlas be picked up. Well, we want our own Fatal Links. So Loopy up on that front side. This turtle's going to be worked on, but they don't care. They're just going to give this up. They were looking elsewhere. and they just look to farm up what they can for Onic.
Yeah. Moving towards the bottom lane. Onic, if there is a hero that they can look towards when they are down at this rate, is the Granger. And I'm not talking about just how good Kelra can be, but it's mainly because the Granger in general is a hero that, if you just give him a Sky Piercer, is gonna be able to participate in the second and the third turtle, which, if you are playing correctly and if you're getting the kills, you can get the game back to your favor. But it seems like the FYG are not gonna let that happen. Zed, Rome, Valentina 1-0-2, making us eat our words about this Valentina.
At least for now, Loopy given some information. He's going to go ahead and pop the Consecration. Could be in trouble, though. Might even get caught here. Daytona's welcome to the Federer Airstrike. When he pops the Purify. So Loopy, can he survive this? A couple shots, the rockets in there, and he bobs and weaves through. Meanwhile, down to the bottom side, some action in the bottom lane. It looks like Lung burned his Blazing Duet. Lung goes down bottom lane. There's a bunch happening. And here we go. Zed now going to be in trouble. They feed the kills over to this bottom side. Kelra gets one, and also Kyrie. So that was the trade across the map.
Yeah. It's the middle. Maybe defense for Lutpi. A kill onto Lung is so important because that's a kill onto Kelra. I'm not sure what items he has, but the FYG. Now the Sky Piercer indeed was available before, so they do have a positive trade there, Onic. Although they will lose their turret, so it's a turret for turret. The fact that a kill and an assist was given to Kelra, so everything that Onic needs in this abysmal early game that they have. They're down 2,000. It's going to be the third turtle. It feels like, just judging from the movements of Onic, they kind of want to contest this upcoming turtle.
Purify burnt by Sans. Seems to be a response to mid lane. Kyrie goes in with the deadly magic right on Yi1. Yi1, even with the wings by wings, will be blasted anyway. Kelra joined the fight. The rest of the team here too. Another trade though happening as Lootbeat goes down. Zhao able to pick up one, and Keyboy has to disengage right now. Zhao showing, oh, nice flicker burn here. Really good initiation from Zed, but they do get the turret. They're going to bring him back. Keyboy looking for a potential angle just to slow them down. He doesn't have a Fatal Lynx. Now he's going to get lined up and shot down. It's a killing spree for the Leomord of Zhao.
Oh, messy fight there for Onic. They already gave away the turtle. They got a kill onto Yi1, but then they fed one more kill. And I think it was onto Lutpi, who overstayed in the middle, tried to defend. And they did try to defend, only to lose again.
Whoa.
Kyrie, oh, what a shot from Yi1. Not gonna be played by the mind games of Kyrie with some of the stutter steps. Gets the kill. 7-3 in favor of the FYG, and my oh my, this Rome Valentina that we said was impossible is now winning by 4,000 gold in the first 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you know, some Kyrie fans in the audience there felt that one, seeing him get feathered airstrike down. And that's a tier 2 that falls, and the orange buff most likely going to be stolen here unless they can stop this from happening. Fish God going up at the front side, feathered airstrike dropping down. It's going to be on Loopy. He pops the Consecrate, but there's the final Fatal Lynx, and now they're trying to get away. But the Phantom Seed comes through, and he's going to clean up Kelra. They're looking for more, and DFYG continues to put the pressure on Onic.
Ooh. What do you do now if you're Onic? Well, especially if you lost your Sky Piercer stacks already. That's just a disaster. And Onic, this is now in a way difficult spot than before because you have a death, a death on your Kelra Granger after the Sky Piercer was bought. And at this point, Lutpi is not as survivable as he is. Going for the Chastise Pauldron. It's good versus both the Leomord as well as the Cod, but I think they also have to worry about the damage output of Yi1 as well as Zed. Onic, they really need some magic defense soon, but they won't have it in this first Lord.
Yeah, Luffy's just getting shredded down here. Lord's going to go for a bit of a reset. Kelra's just still trying to farm up. This should just be an easy Lord take for DFYG. They can't stumble it here. They're going to be zoned out, and Kyrie gets the Lord, though. A feathered airstrike gonna drop down. He tries to get away. Loon goes in with a blazing duet. He's just out of reach, but finally Yi1 will be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, Kelra pushing down that bottom side. Somehow, Onic finds a glimmer of hope off the retreat from Kyrie.
Somehow, some way, and again, Yi1 unchecked by Kyrie. Kyrie tried to go for another stutter step play once again to kind of dodge some of the fair dare strike, but Yi1 was just on point in the zone. They do get a kill. I think that DFYG still got the better end of the stick after taking down Kyrie and pushing some lanes. Unfortunately for Onic, though, they have stolen that Lord with Kyrie, and Kelra was able to find a push down the bottom lane. So Onic will not lose further control of their own jungle unless DFYG's push in the bottom lane is successful.
Now Steed used, trying to go for Sans. Sans already popping the beacon here, still has his Purified. Daytona's Welcome charged up. Could be in trouble. A push up top, though. So Onic has resulted into just playing the map. They know they cannot fight DFYG because of the deficit that they're facing against. And so they have to just go and get what they can. Open up the map here and there, and they've been playing that split push really well. So for DFYG, still maintaining a lead, about 5,000 gold ahead. They have to make sure that it doesn't slip through. They can't let the next Lord get stolen that way. And if they want to adjust something, you saw it earlier, Keyboy just kind of went forward towards Zhao just to push him off enough so that Kyrie had an opening. I don't think that's going to happen twice. So right now, but Onic has bought themselves a couple more minutes to farm up and try to catch up here.
It's going to be good there for Onic a little bit, but DFYG still managed to control this game. They almost have they almost have that Trinity onto Long. I don't know if I saw that incorrectly, but at 11 minutes 40 with the lead that they have, they should have the Trinity already for them. But anyways, they are poised to take this game. Look at this. Long wants to go for the Rose Gold Meteor, which is, I feel like a good reaction towards what Onic wants to do, because what can really mess up their late game? It is when Lung, the Claude, is taken out, and the main threat for that one will be Kyrie. And if you do secure that item, it means that Kyrie will not be able to get you easily, which generally means that, the idea here for Onic is for DFYG is to make sure that their win conditions are intact.
Yeah, that's one of the things, again, just staying alive, in these fights. So crucial for DFYG not to let this one slip out of their hands. They're very close to getting Onic to a game 3 here. This Lord is up. DFYG will go ahead and start it up. Kyrie over here on this other side. They're handling that bottom lane pushing. Zhao is there too. Waiting for the Phantom Seed if he can go ahead and make this happen. Again, Loopy very low. There it is. Keyboy's going to go ahead and spot that out. Fish God. Zed has the Fatal Links. Neither team committing to this Lord take just yet.
Good now. DFYG. What are they planning? That push up top is really good for them. Kelra will be the one to answer that. Actually, just using the Death Sonata.
Oh, whoa. Lazy do it.
Calculated.
Lazy do it going for Sans. Low health. Kelra now joining the fight. They're going to go for it anyway. Kyrie joining them in this jungle. They're going for it. A Feathered Airstrike's going to be dropping down. There's a Fatal Links. Keyboy is gone, but Kelra gets the shutdown on the jungler. He's going to get a double. That's 2 stacks for his Sky Piercer. And Onic wins that fight by taking out the jungler of DFYG. They're going to go reset and recalibrate before they decide to go ahead and try to take this Lord if they do.
Kelra playing with their minds. Long lane getting pushed heavily. Kelra went there, just popped the Death Sonata. And you think, if you're DFYG, you saw the icon for the Granger and you automatically default to, okay, let's fight. But Kelra just popped one ultimate, and now the outplay's coming up from Kelra, almost taking him out, forcing the figure as well.
Oh, he forces Yi1 back. That was so good with the Wings by Wings, but now Keyboy joining. They need the opening here. Lung with the blazing duet. Loopy jumps in. He wants to kill him, but Kyrie will get the Lord. And now he's shooting down Fish God, taking the Rhapsody shots, and another stack for Kelra. DFYG losing back-to-back Lords.
is just way too good at it. Oh, and in the entirety of Onic, they're back in the game because of those Lord fights. And DFYG are inexperienced for that one. And even taking out Zhao Shui back-to-back deaths for the jungler who is just roaming around, giving away himself to Onic, giving another Skypiercer stack 5, 2, and 3 for Kelra right now. Starting to be a disaster. Now they're back in the game.
Yeah, that's so tough, man. Back-to-back Lords. The first one, a Lord steal from Kyrie. The second one, a fight that didn't go their way, resulting into Onic now getting the space to move around the map here. And yes, you mentioned it, a couple stacks on the Skypiercer for Kelra. Even more deadly. He's already got a Wind of Nature too. See Halbert locked in. He's got the defensive items that he needs, and that's going to be a problem now, trying to take out Kelra. Divine Glaive for Kyrie. They play to catch up, and now they're ahead. Onic knocking down some of these base turrets here. That bottom one more swing from the Lord will take that out, and they're looking for mid. Here they go, approaching this base. They're going to go for this top side turret, still going to be worked on, but a feathered airstrike keeps Onic at bay, and they'll back off from there. So once again, Onic turning it over, gets one base turret down. Now DFYG still chasing. They don't want to get over. They don't want to overstep. But here they are, still in this game.
Onic, quite disciplined out there, but you gotta commend DFYG for the defense for a little bit. At this point, there is a world where if you learn what Onic did in that previous game, you'll understand that DFYG, all they have to do is to be patient. I think that they are still pretty strong in stake because their goal is there as well.
Oh, look at Kyrie. Look at his positioning. He's going to go in from this backside, potentially take the purple too, but he sees this feathered airstrike's already down. Is he going to try to burst down Lung? He's waiting patiently. They have that mid wave pushing in. Conceal was used. They're trying to slow them down here. Kyrie's just going to make his way to that mid turret, push that down further. DFYG is getting scrambled as the base turret goes down. Onic is just delaying them from going back to the base. Zed holding on to these Fatal Links. Are they going to go for it? Already, Kelra gets the space he needs. A reaction of what we've seen before. And now he loads up. Zed's gone. Gets a double on Fish. He's looking for more. DFYG once again in scrambles as Zhao can't do anything. And it's only Lung versus the full force of Onic. They're in the base. They have a wave down bot. They're looking to end it here. Looking to take out Lung if they can. And they will, as it's a legendary for Kelra. And Onic will go ahead and work on the crystal, and they will sweep DFYG.